So it's 5:08. I got a decent amount of firewood now. I think I got enough to get me through the night. Once I cut it all up, that is. So I'm gonna try to do that before it gets dark all the way. All right, so now I'm gonna get this fire started. Tell you, I'm starting to form an opinion on this shreed, and it's not a good one. At least on the sheath. The sheath is falling apart. Starting to get cold out here. They said, I think I told you, low at 31. I'm really hoping that dog doesn't bark all night. Guess I can take that down now. I seen a fox den over that way. Not very far either. 20 meters. I don't think he'll come around the fire though. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty cold. I'm gonna check the weather real quick. Yeah, it's 38. Yeah, it's significantly different. Warmer in here though. Once I get a good cold bed going, hopefully it'll be. Once I get a good cold bed going, hopefully it'll be warm enough to sleep. I feel a decent amount of heat coming off of there already. I'll give my wife a call and let her know I'm okay. Giving you guys a look at it from the front. Pretty cool shelter. fire being down in there is it's keeping it out of the wind, so that's good too. And it looks like the smoke's going away. It's not coming back in my face anyway, so again, that's another good thing. So I'm getting ready to start some coffee here in a minute. I wanted to show you guys, I got a new coffee. And I set this milk crate up as a table while I was on the phone with my wife. Yeah, I got a new cook pot. I paid $2.50 for that, $2.50 at the Goodwill. Check it out. It's like a grease catchment thing, but it was brand new, never used. And I broke the screen thing out of it and made it so it's just a cooking pot now. Like I said, I paid $2.50 for that. And then I bought this old school camping cup. It doesn't have the folding handle like the new ones do, but it's still nice. It's the old ones. And the cool thing is it fits inside of here. So that's my new cook set. And the cup I paid $2 for. So $4.50 total for this cook set. I don't know what the hell I just knocked down there. But yeah, I'm getting ready to put coffee on in a second. All right, so I'm getting ready to make my coffee now. And I brought a pair of pliers to pick up the pitcher. Probably going to be 2 bags, I think, or it's definitely going to be 2 bags because I'm going to use 2 bags. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think I'll put it right there and then maybe the heat will go up. That might not be the best idea. End up burning myself. Just put it back here for now. I put on a couple wool shirts because I was getting cold, but I'm comfy now. I'm gonna let that steep for a few minutes. All right, so I'm getting ready to have some coffee now. I got my bed all set up with my my backpack for my pillow. Got my thermal on and 2 wool sweaters. I still got 1 left in the bag in case I need it. And my jacket too, which I'm going to use as a blanket to start out with. Set them over here. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. It's pretty dark. Cheers. Yeah, nice. That works perfect. Two bags is perfect amount for this big cup. Yeah, it's good. That's good. I know you guys can't hear me that good with this phone that I use to record everything on, but unless I remember to talk loud. I'll bring you over here in the shelter. Check it out. It's pretty toasty. I'm comfortable here. It's cold, I'm not gonna lie, but with what I'm wearing and the fire like this, I think I'll be good. There's a lot of heat coming off of here. If I had this set up like a super shelter, I wouldn't be able to stay in it. But I don't particularly like super shelters because to me they're dangerous. I've had 2 of them melt, and if you have the fire back far, then you don't get enough heat, or I didn't anyway. It's just my personal experiences with them. I've had some warm nights in super shelters. I've spent the night out in the snow, and excuse me, I got indigestion. Yeah, I spent the night out in the snow and was warm and toasty the entire time. But the next day when I was leaving, I noticed that my space blanket was melted and the plastic was melted as well. And that could have been bad, but luckily it wasn't. But it definitely could have been. So yeah, I kind of shy away from the super shelter anymore. I guess if you had a big enough fire, you'd be all right with it far away. But I don't know. Again, to get enough heat coming in there to keep you warm, you risk melting that plastic. Unless I was doing it wrong, that's possible too. But either way, this is nice. This is comfy like this. So I got a couple candles in these little jars. They're just votive candles. And the jars, somebody gave me the jars. Actually. This wood's pretty wet. You can hear it, I'm sure. Had a lot of rain the other day. It's all good, it'll burn. I'm gonna cut some more here in a minute. I got all that over there. It's my little grill. I had this stashed over at the snake hole shelter, the snake hole fire pit shelter. I was gonna set up over there, but I didn't think it was a good idea because I didn't want to be found out by the dudes riding around on the ATV. Good call, huh? Because he found me anyway. But I digress. Yeah, I'm going to do some char material here, actually, a little bit. First, I think I'm going to cut up some more wood. It's only 6:53. It seems so much later with this daylight savings time. But that's all it is. So, it's going to be a long night. fire pit's working good though. I'm able to have a big fire without it being visible. It's pretty stealthy, and it's reflecting a lot of heat at me right now, which is nice. Once I get a nice big coal bed in there, it should keep me warm for a while. And I got some bricks I'm gonna throw in there and let them heat up and throw them under this bed before I go to sleep tonight. Get a little bit of radiant heat too. Yeah, it's pretty comfy. It's warming up enough. Now I'm actually thinking about taking my boots off for a little while. Let me get this coal bed going now and cut up some wood first. Get some dinner. Then I'll take them off. Because that ain't gonna get me through the night. That ain't nearly enough. I'm over here cutting firewood, and I just wanted to show you guys. This thing is like just funneling the smoke away from the shelter. It's just exactly like I had hoped it would. I'm sure you can see that. Very comfortable little shelter. As long as the fire's going. So I gotta finish cutting wood. So my water's to a boil. I'm getting ready to take it off and make coffee. And I put up my rain fly as a windbreak, just because there was some wind coming from over that way. Now it seems like it helps. I had my little flashlight. I have that rigged up over the firewood cutting station, but I'm gonna get my coffee off first, and then I'll go back over there and start cutting. All right, so I'm gonna get this water off. That's the best thing about this. I forgot I don't even need to take the lid off or open it or anything. It's got that spout on it. Can't tell how much. I don't want to mess my camera up. I can't tell how much water I have in there. I can't see it. Try this again. Took pretty much the whole pot. I mean, I didn't have the whole pot full, but it took pretty much everything I had in there, I think. Yeah. It's a nice little pot, though. I think it's gonna make a decent cook set. It packs up a little more compact than the Stanley nesting cup, I think. Well, I don't know, it's wider, but it's shorter. But I like that I can use the bigger metal cup with it, because that cup won't fit with the other one. And the ones at Walmart that they sell, they'll fit with the nesting cup, but the problem is you got to put the pot in the cup, and who wants to put a burn up pot in your drinking cup? I mean, yeah, sure, you can wash it, but why would you want to store it like that, you know? This way the cup goes in the pot, so it don't get dirty. Yeah, I'm liking this thing. A little $2 cup. It's old as the hills. It's probably a 20-year-old camping cup. don't. If it works, I mean, then no worries, no problem. I don't care how old it is. I do like the, the other ones can fold, the ones you can get at Walmart or, wherever, REI and all those other outdoor places you can go. But I don't spend that kind of money. For me, if I'm buying anything, it's going to be at Walmart or Amazon. Back when I was younger, I always just used whatever we had around. I would take, household stuff out. Household pots and pans and whatnot, blankets. I didn't really worry about stuff being specifically for camping. I used to have a big canvas tent, military tent that my dad gave me. It was I'm not sure, either 10 foot by 10 foot or 10 foot by 12 foot cabin tent. It was huge and it was heavy. I don't know what it weighed, but it was heavy. It probably weighed 50 or 60 pounds. I remember carrying it for miles, and yeah, it was heavy. All right, well, I gotta go cut some more firewood. Got a nice fire going out. I'm totally warm with that fire. And I can feel the heat coming up underneath of this bench. Or bed, you know what I mean. Right now it's a bench. Got my coffee too. I figured out a way I can hold this little flashlight between my fingers in the same hand that I'm holding the phone/camera in. So I can light up what I'm looking at. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to set you guys up on the tripod here, but it's just not working out. It's too close. There's not enough room. I'm still wearing boots, but not for too much longer. I'm gonna finish cutting up some more firewood, and then I'm gonna take these things off and relax for a while. Like I said, 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of wool socks tonight when I go to sleep. And that ought to help me out. This fireplace is cool. This thing's radiating a lot of heat right now. And it's all coming right back at me. Yep. Right up underneath of this thing. It's totally warm. Like I say, that's only as long as the fire is going up. But I got a lot of layers, so hopefully I got enough. I'm gonna drink some more of this coffee and then get this firewood done. It's good, very good actually. I like this cup. Trying to get away from using plastic. I come from a plastic generation. Everything we had when I was growing up. When I was a kid, they made the transition from glass to plastic. Everything, when I was a kid, everything was in glass. The Coca-Cola bottles and Pepsi bottles and even milk. Everything was in glass jugs, and glass bottles rather. And then they started changing everything over to plastic. And now here we are. I don't know, I'm 52, so I would say at least 45 years later. And 45 years and we pretty much trashed the whole planet. They're finding plastic on the bottom of the ocean in the deepest parts of the ocean, so 45 years ain't that long when you look at it that way. Yeah, it sucks. And I don't see them stopping making it because it's too convenient. And that's what everybody's about, convenience. That's what I like about coming out here, getting away from convenience. I can't stand to constantly be around all the traffic and crowds, and it's just insane. Coming home from work Friday, it's getting so busy in this area where I live in Delaware, Newcastle, Delaware, and it's a growing community, and it's getting so busy here that it's just insane. I came home Friday. I worked in Hockessin, Delaware, which is the rich northern area of Delaware. It's where all the people with money live. And I'm a contractor, and I do mainly kitchens and bathrooms. I'm a painter. I work for a contractor, but we do everything, and I do everything as well. But anyway, it's normally about a 25-minute ride from my house to the job. It took me oh, I was so mad. Yeah, this was yesterday after work. I got done at 3:50, 10 minutes early. I was worked by myself yesterday. My boss had LASIK eye surgery and took the day off. So I got off 10 minutes earlier. I finished everything I wanted to do. So yes, I knew I was coming out here tonight. I was getting my weekend started happy. So I get out of there 10 minutes early. It took me an hour and a half to get home with traffic. By the time I got home, oh, I was so mad. It was 5:30. Yeah, it was crazy. It's just, and it's like this every day. I mean, Friday's worse, but every day is just crazy traffic, and what should normally take 15-20 minutes always takes, time and a half, sometimes twice as long. But I digress. All right, I'm gonna finish my coffee and finish getting firewood, and then I gotta make some dinner because I'm getting kind of hungry. So while I'm drinking my coffee, I figure I'll take some of this punky wood here, put it in that little tin thing that I've been keeping in my knife sheath, char it up. Yeah, you can see how punky it is. It's kind of a little damp, but I don't think that's gonna matter. Real spongy, which is good. That's what you want when you're doing this. You can see, I don't know. Yeah, you can see how soft it is. That's probably enough. I already got a little hole in there. I got this tin a long time ago. I've never I've never charred with it before though. But here we go. I've charred with other tins. You get smoke coming out of that hole, and then you'll get flame coming out of that hole. But once nothing's coming out of that hole, then you want to pull it off the fire, because then your material is ready. so when it starts doing something, I'll check it out. So I punched a hole in the lid because it was jammed up, and I accidentally made it bigger, but I think it's still gonna work. I see like gases coming out already. I don't know, we'll see. If it doesn't work, then I have a Altoid tin that I can use. I have 2 with me, and 1 is almost empty. Matter of fact, I'm going to use it anyway. I don't know, we'll see what this one does first. I think it's getting ready to start flaming. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually got flames shooting out of the tin right now. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, I think you can. When it stops doing that, then it's ready. I think the bigger hole might make it do it faster. Because it takes longer when you got a small hole for it to get even to the flame like this. I'm going to try and get a spark from that piece of flint that I found, and the flint and steel after I get this charred. It's a nice piece of flint. Yeah, this is almost ready. I'm gonna pull it right off of there too when it's done. Cause if you overdo it, it don't work. Sorry about that. Keep watching the tin instead of watching the video. It's almost there. Like I said, I don't want this to overcook. There it is. Yeah. Now you just let it cool down. I'm just gonna set it on the ground back here, behind the source. I'll bring you back when it cools down. So it's 8:38, and I'm just cutting wood still. Got a decent amount, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to get it all cut. That way I don't have to get out anymore. I really like this shelter. It's very cool. So it's 9:15. I finally got all my wood cut. That's it. That's what I got for tonight. So, I mean, there's some big punky stuff out there, but I don't really want to burn. That's going to smoke a lot. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I won't care. But Alright, put some water on. Have some more coffee. And then we'll try that char stuff too. I haven't even messed with that yet. First I'm gonna get some water on then. Alright, so it looks like it's gonna be good. I don't know how to. Just gotta figure out how I can hold it. I'm gonna try to put it on the tripod and see if I can, so I can hit that flint, try to get a spark to take. All right, so here's the char material right here, and here's the flint. That's a nice piece of flint too, by the way. I was lucky to find that. I can't believe that was just buried down there in the ground. And here's my striker. So I'm gonna try and get a thing in there. Now I'm gonna put the flashlight down and try to get a spark to take in there, see what happens. Damn it. Oh yeah, I knocked it all out of there. Yeah. Alright. Try that again. No takers. Nothing. Oh, I'm like roasting. I gotta take this head off, this head thing off. It is so hot in here right now. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't been able to get one. I mean, it's not always easy though. Not to say there's anything wrong with this stuff. It could just be I'm not hitting it right. I'm definitely getting a lot of sparks though. See if I can get it with a ferro rod. Maybe I overcooked it. Maybe it's that hole was too big. I gotta deal with this coffee first. That water's gonna spill. If not, I don't. Just about there with a boil. Anyway, let me try this with the ferro rod. Oh yeah, I got it right away with the ferro rod. So I just wasn't hitting it good with the flint. Yeah, no problem. Put it out like that too, I think. It should go right out. Yeah, it should go right out. I think my water is just about to a boil. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I'm there. I'm at a boil. A couple more cups of coffee. I mean, a couple more bags of coffee. Get myself going here. I'm gonna try this again with this charred material. It ain't charred cloth. Down at it. Make sure it went out. I think it did though. Yeah. Yeah, because the way that stuff took a flame, took a spark from that ferro rod, it's got to take it from this. Damn it, unless I knock it all out there again. I'm going to try it like you do with I want to try it like I would do with char cloth. I'm going to hold the piece. Maybe. Try to find a place to hold it. Figure out where I'm going to strike the rock at. Try and hold it right there. Didn't lose, never lost a piece. I just can't get a good strike on it. Try. I re-held it. Oh, I thought I had it. Damn it. I lost it that time. Try another one. Yeah, it's not easy with char. Wood. Not as easy as it is with char cloth, anyway. Not for me, anyway. Damn it. Pinched my thumb. And I lost the pieces of char. I don't know where the heck it went. not as easy as it looks. Just try it into that again. Ooh, I got one. I can't believe it. And it went out. Oh, no, it's there. Yeah, I got one. I was just getting ready to give up, too. Cool. That's cool. Flint and steel is a pass. That's why you need char material when you use flint and steel, because it's not like a ferrocerium spark. It's a lot less. It's a lot cooler. It's not as hot as a ferro rod spark, so it doesn't. You can't ignite like regular tinder like you would with a ferro rod. That's cool though. It worked. It is so hot in here right now, it's insane. I'm afraid to leave this phone down here because it's hot to touch. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? That thing's still glowing, the ember. If I had a tinder bundle, I could blow it into flame. But there's no need, because I got a flame. Get ready to drink. Coffee number 3, which is really coffee number 6, because it's 2 bags per cup. But I always drink coffee like that. Even when I'm home, I drink a whole pot of coffee when I get home from work, and drink it until right before I go to bed. Caffeine doesn't hit me like it hits everybody else for whatever reason. I'm starting to get hungry though. I got these beef ribs. I'm gonna try to cook them up. I don't even have a plate or anything. I'm sitting here thinking I'm gonna maybe use a piece of wood. I don't know, I'll figure it out.